Hey, welcome to the Beers, Jack of Barbecue. I'm Craig, man behind the camera's Jack. Today, one of my favorites, prime rib roast. So Jack and I purchased whole ribeye. We cut it down into different sections. Going to use that for different cooks throughout the next few months. But we always start off with a nice big hunk of prime rib roast. So today we got the Rec Tec fired up. Kind of doing this because we're going to show a rib roast on another grill as well, to try to show two different ways of doing it. Today I was debating how I'm going to do it on the Rec Tec. Often I do it like, 250, 300 degrees, bring it up slowly, try to sear at the end. But since doing the pellet, I'm going to do it a little bit different. A lot of rib roasts or prime rib roasts, you'd see that be doing in the oven. You turn up to 500 degrees, stick it in the oven for a certain amount of time, and that's doing a whole prime rib. We're only doing a small piece. And then you turn it off and let it sit in there for a certain number of hours and get to the perfect doneness. So today I'm gonna have it cranking to like 550. Gonna put it on for probably only the first 10 to 15 minutes of that kind of heat. I may turn it, I may not, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to see what it looks like. Never tried it, never watched a video on how to do it. So today's gonna be a complete experiment, but I can guarantee you we're gonna salvage this piece of meat for Jack and mine dinner tonight. So see you on the grill. All right, so we're gonna throw this on. What I didn't mention, I used Killer Hogs Steak Rub yesterday, 24 hours in advance. Put it in the fridge on a rack, as you can see how we have it set in here, and just let it sit. So like I said, I have it turned all the way up. Just gonna probe right through the middle. And we'll check it out, like I said, in maybe 10 minutes, depending on what's going on with it. All right, so it's only been on a little over 5 minutes, but we had a lot of smoke from some of the dripping. I'm just gonna do a flip over just to kind of promote some of the even cooking. Actually looks nice down there. And we're gonna go another 5 minutes and I'll bring it back over. All right, so it's been another 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna flip and turn it. And then I'm gonna let it on for just a few more minutes. But I'm not sure what you can see there, but it looks nice. Gonna do it just a few more minutes. I'm gonna turn it down to 275 and let it finish. All right, so we just hit 75 degrees to the side to give it a flip. Ooh, that looks nice. Figure out how I'm gonna turn it over. Just to promote the even cooking. A little brown on the bottom, but that was all fat on the bottom, so that's not bad. So we're gonna let that go so it gets probably to 100. I'll bring it back, and then we're gonna pull it, I think, at 118 or 120. I did turn it down to 275 along the way. All right, so we just hit 105. I'm gonna bring it back around, and then I'm actually gonna verify temperatures too. But boy, is this thing looking nice. So I just want to make sure I'm getting the same readings. Yeah, I just found it a little bit lower, but that's okay because that's why I wanted to check it. It's about 5 degrees different than what the temperature is reading. So I am going to still pull this when it gets to probably 118, 120. The carryover will take it to 125, and we're always good with the low end of medium rare to rare. So we'll be back when we go to pull it off. All right, this is gonna do a check. It just hit like 119 now, actually, so. It's hard to show you, but yeah, it's ready to come off. So let me pull this off. You know what, I'm gonna see if I can yank this probe out. I don't have my gloves with me. There, if you can see that, looks nice. Gonna let it rest for about a good 10 minutes, and then we'll cut into it and show you what it looks like. As always, cheers. All right, so here we are at the end of the cook. prime rib roast. Not a huge one. Like I said, Jack and I purchased the whole prime rib. I think it was like 18.5 pounds. Cut 2 roasts out of it. Bunch of steaks, bunch of small steaks, some ends to do some other things. So we got a bunch of cooks coming up that you'll see this in probably over the next 4 or 6 months. But we used the Rec Tec today. So again, something I've never done before. Tried a little bit different style than I've ever done before. And I think it really turned out great. So we'll see what happens when I cut into it. Hopefully you'll be seeing this video and you know it really went out well. But we show it, even if we miss something, but we still show our videos. It's rare that we don't use something unless it's something completely went bad. But season it with Killer Hogs Steak Rub yesterday. Put it in the fridge on a rack, 24 hours. I had the Rec Tec running, and the thing I did differently, I ran it to the highest temperature it had, which was over 550. It was running a little bit above 500 when I put it on. Did it for 5 minutes with the fat side down, and then I flipped it over for 5 minutes, and then flipped it back over, and then I turned the grill down to 275. It actually took quite a while for it just to even get down to temperature, which is fine though. It's kind of like a method of turning the thing to 500 for a certain amount of time, depending on the pounds of the prime rib, and then turn your oven off and leave it sit. Thought about the same process, but knew I needed some heat on it just because being outside and doing it with the the Rec Tec itself doesn't have the same insulation. But this thing looks beautiful. Went to about 75 degrees, flipped it over, went to about 105, flipped it back over, and then about 118, 119 I started checking it, and we were good. Some of this I'm thinking is going to be on the real low end of the medium rare, but we're fine with that, and the rest is going to look beautiful. So let's cut into this thing and see how we did. I'm going to try to whack it in half here, so we each get about the same amount of dinner tonight. Oh yeah, woo. There you can see that side view there. And of course I got to take my taste test. I'll get a little smaller knife for that. And I'm going to take some off the cap here on the end. That way I get some of the flavor of the rub itself. There's more of the well done side as well, but still the cap, so it's much fattier. This one turned out nice. I'm really thrilled with the way it is. Cooked pretty when you're looking at the side view here. It's a little bit, more done at the bottom, and that's the part that was down towards the burner, more of the cook, but that's why I kept turning it and flipping it as we went through this. But gonna be a great dinner. So shortly we're gonna do another one on a different grill, same type scenario. We'll probably do a different style, show you that one as well. But hopefully you like what you're seeing. Subscribe to the channel, click the little bell to get notifications, and we'll see you next time.